In today's video, I'm talking about believing in yourself and moving towards what's been calling you in your heart. Why don't we believe in ourselves? We all have a dream, a goal, an aspiration, something that we want to experience, something new to expand ourselves. But we don't believe in ourselves a lot of the time, and we allow the judgments of other people, our inexperience perhaps, to get in the way of even starting, and we talk ourselves out of it. And it's actually quite a cycle that we repeat over and over and over again. So I want to highlight some things for you that I'm hoping will help connect you with whatever has been calling to your heart so that you can start taking the steps and start building the confidence in yourself to take that step and take the next step and just allow yourself to follow your heart, because there's a reason that you are having this desire to be, do, or have whatever you want to have or have. So when we look at why we don't believe in ourselves, one of the first things that comes up is, what will others think and how will they judge me? I think judgment is one of those things that is really crippling for our self-confidence and how we believe in ourselves and the abilities that we have. And oftentimes people in our environment project their own fears and doubts about what their potential is. They project that onto us unknowingly, and then we take that in and it becomes part of our psyche, and we repeat this cycle of self-limiting beliefs, or maybe they're not right, maybe I can't do this, or maybe that person will leave me because I'm going to change if I do this. And so we talk ourselves out of it. We keep ourselves stuck in that loop of wanting more for ourselves. And let me tell you, there is nothing wrong with wanting more for yourselves. It is actually your divine purpose for being here is to experience more in your life. You can't make mistakes along your path. When you're following your heart, you can't make a mistake. You might get off path and you realize that, oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong path, but you can always course correct. It's okay. There's no right or wrong. But it all comes back to you and having the belief in yourself, in your goals, in your dreams, and having faith that you're getting this divine inspiration to have this new experience, to move to a different country or move to a different province or a state, or to end that relationship, or to leave that job, or to switch your majors in school, or completely do something different with your life. That is divinely inspired to help you move forward on your path. But we allow the judgments of ourselves, the judgments and criticisms of others, because they themselves don't believe in themselves, and so their inner child is protecting them, and their inner child wants to also protect you, but it keeps us stuck in ourselves, and it keeps us from really connecting to the resonance that's in our heart and helping us move forward. But what would it look like if you took the first step? We don't always know all of the exact right steps to take when we are following something that we want. And we don't know the exact right steps because we've never had the experience of doing what we're going to be doing next. We can follow the guidance of people that have done what we've done. Let's say you want to move from your current country and you want to move somewhere else. You might do some research about somebody who has made that move and listen to their experiences and what you should avoid and the pitfalls and things like that. It's good to listen to people who have done it before you, but you yourself, you've never had this experience before. So we have to be able to enjoy the unfoldment of that experience and enjoy the unfoldment of moving towards what it is that we want to manifest and create in our life. And sometimes it's really scary, but use that scary and turn it into the excitement of something new, and trust that for the very reason that you're having this desire is telling you that you can't fail at it, because it's not something that your mind has conjured up for you. It is something that is divinely inspired. So there's no way that you can fail. If you're doing something from a place of fear, that has some other inherent risks, right? Like when we act from a place of fear, we can get ourselves into trouble. We make decisions that aren't for our highest good. But again, it's not wrong, it's not bad, because we can always course correct. But if it's something that's really calling you in your heart, you can't fail. You just can't fail. But what happens when you start to make small steps towards your goal? What it does is it builds your confidence. It builds the confidence in yourself. It starts to invoke excitement, and it builds up an energy within yourself. And you do one thing and you take the next step and you take the next step, and now all of a sudden those self-limiting beliefs of I don't have the money to do it, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it, I don't know how it's going to be, I don't know how it's going to work, can I really do this? All of a sudden, the energy of you taking small steps towards whatever it is that you're desiring, there are resources that show up for you. There are people that show up for you. There are new ideas that pop into your mind on what you can do next. There are all kinds of things. When you are aligning yourself with something that is calling into your heart and you start to take that action, the universe is going to respond to the feeling that you're creating, the emotion, the feeling that you're creating. The universe is going to respond to that, and it's going to help fill in all of the resources, everything that you need in order to move you forward. It uplifts you, it inspires you, you become confident, you tap in to the fire energy of your solar plexus, and that is really, really good energy that the universe can really work with in helping you bring your manifestation into reality. So let's talk about some of the things that block us from moving forward on what it is that our heart is calling us to do. We've talked about some of them as being judgment and criticism from others, and that how that seeps into our psyche. But let's cover a few other ones. And one of the ones that comes to mind is family support. We don't have the family support, whether the family is a parent or our larger family group, or it could be our partner. They don't support us in our goals, dreams, and aspirations. And so we hold ourselves back so that they feel better about you being the same as you always have been. And this, I want to acknowledge to you, this is a very difficult one to move through. And it really takes a lot of self-confidence and self-esteem and really trusting and believing in yourself. So that process, I want to acknowledge for you, it's not something that you just throw, the baby out with the bathwater. That can be a little bit challenging to move through. But what I encourage you to do is get to a place where what you want and what you need needs to be important enough for you, that you're going to do it because it just feels right, good and right for you, and allow family members and your partner to own how they feel about you making this action, because this is your life. And I know that there's a lot of cultural influence in some cultures, but I want to stress that this is your life and you are not here to live a small, limited life. You are here to have life experiences, and the closer you align to what's in your heart and in your soul and what's calling you forward, the happier and more joyful your life experiences are going to be. And yes, sometimes people are going to be disappointed in you, and that's okay. That's for them to resolve within themselves. That's not your responsibility to keep yourself small so that they don't have to deal with those feelings and emotions. But it's big. I do acknowledge that it's big. We've all heard this saying, that's just a pipe dream. Who are you to dream that big? Who am I to want that? That's just a pipe dream. That's not for me. That'll never be. Nobody in my family has ever done that. Everybody tells me that that's just ridiculous. That is such a limiting belief that gets handed down by people in generations, and this is not right or wrong. It's not a criticism against anybody's family member or families for that matter, but that type of thought process is handed down from generation because they haven't done their own inner work to believe in themselves, to align themselves to something that is really calling them in their heart. And it goes on from generations to generations to generations. It is all about the wounded inner child. I won't get into that in this video, but that is their belief. And what's important for you to recognize is that you don't need to inherit that belief. That doesn't have to be true for you. You can believe in your dream. You can choose to believe in your dream. And this might be an internal fight, because if you've been repeatedly told this over and over and over again, you don't believe that you're good enough or worthy of having or following whatever is calling you in your heart. But it is one of the things that will stop you from taking any action at all. Another thing, that all things need to be in place in order for you to start. That you don't have enough with where you are right now. We have so many resources available to us, but we think that we need more in order to start. But really what that is, it's procrastination. We have enough. You know enough. You are smart enough. You are intelligent enough. You have what you need to start. So take, for example, me. I am using this headset for a microphone because I don't have the microphone that I actually want to use for these videos. And I'm using my phone to record my videos because I don't know how to set up the camera that I have. And I'm using a ring light because I don't know the proper lighting that I have. I have big umbrella lights, but I don't know how to use and set it up for optimal lighting. We have enough to start. You have an internet connection to start doing research into the schools that you might want to attend, or equipment that you might want to purchase for a new business that you want to start. You have enough resources. You might not be able to buy the resources straight away. It might need a little bit more research, but you have enough to start doing something towards your dream and your goal that is going to move you forward and build that momentum, which is going to, again, build your self-confidence and have you believing in yourself. Let's talk about how you can start believing in yourself. And, a little bit has been kind of woven in and out of this video, but I just again want to highlight a couple things for you. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned that your desires, they are divinely inspired. There is a reason that you want them. And it's not because of some ego saying, go here and do this, because once you do this, then, people are going to see you as somebody. They're going to notice you. You're going to be powerful. You're going to have all this money. That is your egoic mind telling you to do something for the purpose of getting something, versus this thing that's been calling to you. Go to that place, do that thing, start that business, partner up with that person, whatever it happens to be. Go on a vacation, go on a retreat. It doesn't have to be big and grandiose. It could be buy that car, upgrade your car, upgrade your home, buy that piece of furniture that you want. There is a desire in you that is calling to your heart. And it's a big difference between what the ego is saying to get acknowledgement, to force that feeling of safety and security, versus this just feels so good, like this is something that I really, really want because of how it's going to make me feel. It's all about the feeling, right? And so if you can differentiate between what your ego is trying to push you to do versus what's calling in your heart, and then you start taking like little baby steps towards that, again, that will build that momentum. But the desire that lives in that heart space comes from the divine. It doesn't come from that small person inside of us looking for love, attention, and validation. You are meant to have a happy, joyful, abundant life. And you're not here to live in misery. You're not here to try and prove your worth to other people. You're not here to try and be powerful so that other people will see you as relevant. You are here to live your heart's truth and to have experiences in your life that bring you joy and happiness and fulfillment. We live in a world of duality, which means that we are going to experience some unfavorable things in our lives. But it's all for the purpose of us having the experience of moving into our heart space so that we can have more enjoyable experiences. So start small. Take that first step. We don't always have everything all in place at the time that we want to have it in order to do that thing. But we also have to learn to embrace the journey. It's an unfoldment of our heart's desire. So what small thing can you do towards moving you towards what is living in your heart? And one thing I want to offer you is that you keep your goals, dreams, and aspirations to yourself if you're surrounded by people who don't support you and your goals, dreams, and aspirations, okay? And just keep that to yourself. You don't need to share everything with everybody, because there are going to be a lot of naysayers that come across your path, or people that want to play devil's advocate. There's no room for devil's advocate when it comes to following your heart. Follow your heart. Just start taking action. Keep it to yourself. And when they need to know, they will be in the know. Allow yourself to daydream. Get lost in the daydream of what it's going to feel like. And this is all part of manifesting. And I don't want you to get too bogged down in the whole visualization process. Years ago, we were told in school, stop your daydreaming, focus, right? And there is a time and a place for focus, But when it comes to building up the inspiration and that really feel good energy and, spending time visualizing and getting lost in your dream, that's a really, really positive thing. And we should be doing that more and more in our waking life. And so take time to daydream. Allow yourself, as you're doing research and starting that, taking that next first step, is that allow yourself to get lost in your dreams, and that is actually going to help the universe conspire to bring you the things that is going to help you manifest your dreams. It's going to invoke that feeling like, I can do this. I can do this. I believe in myself. I can do this. And when you start affirming to yourself that I believe in myself, I believe in myself. There is a reason that I'm feeling like this, that I'm having this idea, that I'm have this heart's calling. Trust that. I trust myself. I believe in myself. And once you start repeating that to yourself over and over and over again, you will be shocked at how things start to move forward in your life. This is a pathway to self-love, following your deepest desires and your heart's calling, large or small. So let me know in the comments below what has been calling to you in your heart, and let me and others in this community be your biggest cheerleader. And until the next video, I am sending you so much love. Take care.